Hello and welcome back to Fruits Project. This is the first episode of a series about movies. In this series we will analyze and talk about some of the best movies of the last years. Today we'll be talking about Pan's Labyrinth, a movie of 2006 made by Guillermo del Toro. I already say sorry for any English mistakes I make. I'm still learning. I'll try to do my best. So, first of all, what does this movie talk about? A little bit of context for the ones that don't know it. Frankism was one of the three totalitarianism, I don't really know how to pronounce it, I think it's totalitarianism, that there were in Europe during World War II. For the Nazis, we had Hitler. For the fascists, we had Mussolini. And for the Frankism, we got Franco. The main difference is that Frankism didn't stop once World War II ended. It actually continued till Franco's death in 1975. This story is about a young girl called Ophelia. She is only 11, and she's the daughter of a woman called Carmen. Carmen is pregnant of the Franquist general Vidal. Vidal is not Ophelia's father. Ophelia loves fairy tales and all of the stuff in the fantasy world. She loves books and stories. That's why she is always reading them. The story starts that her and her mother are going to live at Vidal's house because Carmen is about to give birth. One night, Ophelia wakes up in the middle of the night and she sees a fairy. Well, actually it was a firefly, but it then turns in a fairy. She follows it inside of a labyrinth. In the middle of it, she meets Pan. Is this creature here? A little bit strange. She tells Ophelia that her soul is the long-lost soul of the princess of a realm that is under the heart, lived by beautiful creatures. And that to prove that she is still the princess and her soul didn't become completely immortal, she has to do 3 missions. The characters. Well, first of all, we got Ophelia. She is 11 years old and she's really... she's a little bit strange. We don't really understand through the movie if what she's seeing and living is real or not. Sometimes it looks like she's trying to evade from the real world. Then we got Carmen. Carmen is Ophelia's mom. The most thing she does through the movie is mostly being pregnant of Vidal's son. Obviously, there's more into the character, but this is the main function of our character through the movie. Then we got Vidal. Vidal is the Franquist general. He's cold, ruthless, probably sociopathic. Through the movie we see him being really cruel with everything and everyone. Actually, in the movie we get to think that cared for Ophelia's mom only for the kid. Then we got Mercedes. Mercedes is personally my favorite character. She's really decisive. She's a strong character. We got to see how she is doing like sort of double game, taking information from Vidal to give it to the resistance, but we also see the more human part of the character, where she becomes like a second mother to Ophelia. And then in the end, but not for importance, we got Pan. We don't really understand what Pan is doing throughout the movie. We don't really understand why he's helping Ophelia, if he's real or just an imaginary product of this girl's mind. What are these 3 missions Ophelia has to do? Well, the first one is going into a tree, this one actually, and put 3 rocks inside the stomach of a really big frog. Why? Because the frog is actually making the tree sick. When she's done with the first mission, she gets a key that will be necessary for the second mission. The second mission is about stealing from the pale man that hits kids a dagger. This is the most famous scene from the movie, And well, let me tell you one thing, it's truly terrifying. The third mission, well, I won't talk about that. That's actually a really big spoiler, so I'll keep my mouth shut. So, what's so interesting about this movie? Well, actually, one of the most interesting things are the parallels are actually how we see how strong and determined the two main characters in this movie are. We see that Ophelia is really determined to escape from this world, to become the princess that Pan told her she was. The same thing is Vidal. Vidal wants to erase the resistance, thinks that the Frankism is like a really good thing, and that the resistance is like sickness that is making Spain sick. And yes, he's firm on what he believes. There's actually this scene where he literally says that he believes in what Franco was saying. Also, a really interesting thing is typical trope we see in fairy tales. Bad stepfather and the good mother. Just till Mercedes enters in. Mercedes breaks this little fairy tale rule. She actually cares for Ophelia. She's like a second mother to her, even though she isn't part of the family by blood. Also, and this is the last point, this movie really plays with the fact that us as an audience, we don't know if what's happening is real or not. Well, that's everything. Hope you liked it, and bye bye. See you in the next video.